Hi and welcome again to Prakriti Sports Science and Physiotherapy Clinic. This is part 2 of my talk on how joints age, what is early arthritis, why you might suddenly develop knee pain, and what changes you can make in your exercises to take care of this or to prevent or delay this. I think knee joint and shoulder joint injuries are the two types of injuries that we see really very often in our clinic. And interestingly, in both the younger as well as the older population. To understand the rest of my talk better, I think you need to understand what a joint really looks like. So I'm going to try to reconstruct one of the most commonly used and injured joints in our body, which is the knee joint. The knee joint is made up of 3 bones, but let's just talk about 2 today to make it simple and easy to understand. We are talking about the thigh bone, which is the femur, and the leg bone, which is the tibia. The ends of both these bones which form the knee joint are covered by the articular cartilage. This articular cartilage is strong and shiny. It is meant for shock absorption and to prevent friction between these 2 bones when they move. Because it prevents friction and it allows smooth movement, it is also smooth and shiny. It hardly has any blood supply. So all the nutrition for this articular cartilage is provided by the synovial fluid, which is also a part of the knee joint. The role of this synovial fluid is also shock absorption and joint lubrication. But when it washes over this articular cartilage completely, it provides nutrition to each part of this articular cartilage. There are 2 fibrocartilaginous structures on the 2 sides of the knee joint, which are called the menisci, and they also act as shock absorbers, kind of like cushions. They distribute the forces going onto the articular cartilage more evenly. So they kind of prevent these forces from being concentrated on any one part or in one point of that articular cartilage and prevent the wear and tear of this cartilage. Outside all of this is the synovial membrane, which provides the nutrition to the knee joint. This nutrition it receives from the blood which is outside the joint. Then there is the fibrous joint capsule which encases all of this. Inside and outside the knee joint are important ligaments. They kind of hold this joint together. They allow movement between the 2 bones but prevent excessive movement or hypermobility. Outside of all of this are the muscles that cause the movement. There are muscles on all 4 sides of your knee joint and their forces are balanced out. So one strong muscle on one side has an opposing muscle which is equally strong on the other side. Their pull and strength is so well balanced on all the 4 sides that the forces going through the knee joint are very well centered. So everything is made perfectly to function optimally. But of course, this is the ideal scenario. It's like a car salesman selling you a car, giving you an ideal mileage, which doesn't happen on our normal Mumbai roads. It's only an ideal situation. Everything might not be so pristine in your knee joint. In my next talk, I will talk to you about what are the common, very simple, small things that could be wrong in your knee joint and you wouldn't even know about it. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found some value in it. If you haven't seen part 1 in this series, I'm going to link it here. Please go and have a look. If you think your friends and family need to see this, please share it with them. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and wait for the part 3 and part 4 in this series. It's coming really soon. I'll see you soon. Bye. Stay safe.